So the kids just got home and Adam asked where Coco is.
Mm-hmm.
And we discovered that she like really likes to go underneath the table and just like hang out. So we put like a little blanket down there and I started calling it her hovel. But we, as we always do, have evolved that name. And so now it is lovingly referred to as Javelina.
Like the horse?
Like isn't it like a wild boar in like the desert?
Oh, yes, correct. You're right. Yeah.
Is there a horse though?
Oh my God. I don't know. Sometimes words just flip through my mind until I have to me having to Google shit while we're recording. Yeah, it's a pig.
There's a Przewalski horse, which is like an
Like
old
a
timey
peccary.
Mongolian horse.
The peccary pig, like a javelina pig.
What's a peccary?
It looks like this. It's a peccary.
Okay, well that's kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
This
That's
little
what happens
face
when
is like
you
all.
Google javelina.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think javelinas are kind of mean though. Like in real life.
It's the same thing.
Rude. They have no business being like. If you're gonna be mean, don't be cute.
I mean, I think you can say that about like bears. Bears pretty cute, pretty mean.
True. But have you seen a hairless bear?
Terrifying.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speaking of being spoiled, our topic for
Facts.
today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, should I just keep like tugging on all of my cords? Our topic for today is spoiled adjacent.
Yeah.
Only in our dreams because
yeah.
So the Powerball has gotten to over $1 billion now, and the Mega Millions was very recently just over $1 billion, right? So usually I don't even care about such things, but sometimes it's nice to just like think about what you would do in those scenarios. And so usually we do our like, am I the asshole stories or like, this is at the end, but I have a true story that I want to read and discuss before we get into what we would do.
Yeah, let's do it.
In our situation. All right. So this article was published by The Guardian on Sunday, February 18th, and it's titled U.S. Man Sues Powerball Lottery After Being Told His Apparent $340 million Win Was Error. I'll read you some excerpts. A man who thought he had won a $340 million Powerball jackpot is suing the lottery after the game's administrators said their website only showed his numbers as the winning combination by mistake. DC resident John Cheeks purchased a Powerball lottery ticket, yada, 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 he saw his numbers posted on the DC lottery's website 2 days later. Things took a turn for the worse when he went to the lottery and gaming office to redeem his ticket. Court documents allege the administrators denied the jackpot claim, saying in a letter to him, petitioner's prize claim was denied because the ticket did not validate as a winner. So a little sidebar here. His numbers were actually posted on the website. Ironically, a QA team was testing the website and put the wrong numbers up, and they were up there for like a whole day. They didn't take them down to the next day. And so they had indeed posted his numbers on the website.
The fuck?
Yes.
That is the worst QA I've ever heard in my entire life.
the opposite of quality assurance. It was like trash assurance at that point.
Like, I don't even know how, like a whole day?
I don't know if it was like 12 hours, but like it was posted one day and they didn't take it down until the next day. So I don't know if it was like 12 hours, 24 hours, like what the scenario
So
was.
like they weren't like test numbers or anything. They just accidentally like clicked in the wrong numbers.
I think they were test numbers. Like they were testing it, and
okay,
I think they thought they were in a sandbox.
Even worse. Like
right.
If you need to like make like non numbers. Do you know what I mean? If they're test numbers.
Right. Hmm. Anyway, so it says that the guy's lawyer argued that there is precedence for such a situation. Last November, the Iowa lottery posted the wrong Powerball numbers, citing a human reporting error. However, the Iowa lottery said that the temporary winners could keep their prizes. Now, let me just note to you how big those prizes were. They ranged from $4 to $200.
Right.
Right. Not $340 million.
Right.
Yes. So here's my question to you. What should happen? I would also like to make a little note that says, we are not,
This is not
as
legal
individuals,
advice.
nor as a podcast, we are not giving any legal advice. We're not giving any situational advice. This is purely our opinions. And should never be taken or construed as any sort
Honestly,
of
you
legal
should barely
anything.
take our personal advice. Like, let's be clear.
Right. Unless we're telling you to think twice about getting married, then you should
Yeah,
really
then
take that.
that's accurate. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. It's not sorry, like that sucks. And like maybe you should get like $500 or something, but like
Yeah.
you don't get $340 million for being disappointed. Like,
Right.
ooh, big feelings, bro. Get over it.
Right. I think there's also a lot of like, there's like a difference, right? Because I don't know, is a lottery run by the state or like it's like not a government sponsored agency, right? It's like a private.
No, it's a private thing. Like it's like the Powerball Commission, and it's like a tri-state area, right? Like,
Yeah. So they're a
like
private
ours
company.
is
They can do
like
what they want.
Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, right?
Ooh,
In
is that? I don't
Arkansas
know.
or Missouri, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I thought it was like a national thing. Because like,
I don't know. I'm not sure. I just know for a while Oklahoma wasn't part of it. Oh, it is national because now it's like $1 billion, right?
yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that. I mean, because like if it's like a private enterprise, then like they can just tell you, sorry, bruh.
No. Yeah, so the state doesn't run it, the government doesn't run it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can understand. Like, I can totally empathize with that guy if you woke up and
Like,
thought,
I am done working.
yeah, I am rich.
Yes.
And like the kind of rich where you don't have to look at prices at the grocery store when you, I don't know, at that rate, are you even buying your own groceries anymore? I don't know.
No, I'm sending somebody else to. You know what? I don't hate grocery shopping. I might still go grocery shopping when I felt like it. Not
I
all the
love grocery
time.
shopping.
I
Yeah.
am. You know what? I'm going shopping because I don't have anything else to do. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. I love grocery shopping because I like to see like all the little things that are there that I didn't have on my list. And then like the little snacky things that are new.
Mm-hmm.
Because how else would I know?
Exactly. And also, like, oh, look at this new, cool, fresh fruit that my random little grocery store has that I've never seen before.
I also like to assess the quality of the produce that I'm getting because sometimes I feel like
Girl, I
Instacart
straight up,
shoppers.
um, after my little procedure the other day at the neurologist, I had groceries delivered because I could not go grocery shopping, and my Instacart shopper straight up brought me a moldy pineapple.
What?
And I was like, thank you.
I would have reported that shit. I'd be so mad.
I took it
Because I
back.
love pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah, I took it back to Costco. So
Well, I would have also reported that damn Instacart shopper.
it's too late. I couldn't go through that much effort. But
I don't care. I have no tolerance. Like, I have seen so many, and
this
there
is what I
was,
mean by low effort men, though. Like, you're doing a
yes.
fucking job and you still can't even grocery shop.
Okay, but they literally cannot even function in their personal lives. What makes them think that they can do this for a living?
So this is the advice you should take. Go ahead and apply for that job because there are men out here grocery shopping and not even doing it right that are getting paid more than you.
Yes. Yeah. If you literally go on TikTok and you like search Instacart male shopper or like men shoppers, there's so many stories of these weird substitutions. Like someone was like, I asked for this juice and they were out. So he got me like a roll of paper towels. Right.
Yes.
Or
That's
someone
not the
being
same
like,
thing.
yeah. Or someone being like, I asked for the Panera mac and cheese and he sent me a picture of the cold case and said there's no Panera mac and cheese there. And she had to send it back and be like, it's right here on the second shelf of the picture that you took.
Literally.
Right? Like you're doing this shit at home also. Did you not think? Like what made you think that you could do this for tips?
No, I'm telling you, like if I wanted to do this, I would still be married.
Right. But you know, I'm trying to combat this in my own home by I used to get up, like, if people are like, I can't find it, I can't find it. I would get up and like help them look. Now I don't. I just stay on the couch and I'm like, it's in there. Or the other day, Adam was looking for oyster sauce and he was like, what does it look like? And I was like, it's a tall, slender glass bottle with a red cap. And he's like, there's no, it's like completely different than any other condiment bottle we have because it's fucking oyster sauce. Like,
Correct. Yeah.
it's very right. And so he's like, there's no such bottle in here. And I made him stand there until he found it. He's like, I bet it doesn't even have a red cap. And then he pulled it out. And guess what it had?
A red cap?
It's a miracle. It's a miracle.
No, I like letting them struggle. I think it's a good life skill because that's how you get better at things.
Right. I mean, it might be a little late now for someone who's in his 40s, but
I don't give a shit. Sometimes it's just satisfying for you. Maybe it's just that.
He should be passable by the time he dies.
Fingers crossed. Oh my God. I almost got into not even the thing is, here's the thing. I've been working really late this week, and so I'm very tired. And so I am maybe less tolerant than I usually am, which that's saying something. So my friend was like reminding me about how I used to defend my ex-husband. And I was like, that's probably literally the last time I defended a man. Like, not kidding. And she was like, I was like, one bad apple ruins the bunch. Like, this is why we can't have nice things. Like, I will never defend a man again. Because they don't need your help, guys. They do not need your help. Like, stop defending men. Like, they've got it. Like,
right. Because if they weren't with us, they would have to do it by themselves. And guess what? They somehow managed to survive.
No, that's the thing. I've had this like so many times. I've had this conversation lately. Like, it hit me like, I am not thanking you. Like, you don't deserve a cookie for doing something that you would have to do if you did not live with me.
Right.
You took out the trash? Okay. Congrats.
Right. Right. And there's so many things that we do around the house that are just like taken for granted, I think.
Yeah.
We're not going around like begging. And like maybe that's something we should start doing, is going around like pointing out all the things that we did do.
Yeah.
And expecting praise for that.
Oh God. I get super, because then my friend was like, well, I mean, there's some pretty horrible women out there. I'm like, yeah, but I'm more likely to defend them because what happened to her that she's like that now?
Right. Yeah. It's like, well, not all men. And well, what about those women who, and I'm like, I'm not talking about those people. You can talk about outliers all you want. Yeah. Like you literally, if you're even just talking straight statistics, you always remove the outliers before doing like your true averages, right? Like, or whatever the vocabulary is. I'm not math. I'm not a math person.
Statistical significance.
Know,
yeah.
Yeah. I do know that you take out like the cases that are not within the range of normal.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying that maybe I'm wrong. I would love to not be correct, but like, all I'm saying is whenever I see a woman who's done something horrible, I'm like, I just know that a bunch of bad shit happened to her first.
Yeah, most likely.
And like,
likely.
I can't always say that for men.
Right. Right. And
They're just entitled sometimes. Like
it's true.
they got turned down on a date and so they shot people.
The math is not
Right.
mathing, as the kids say.
Yeah. So I think it's good. You let them struggle because that's how they figure shit out.
It's true. It's true.
I got this card in the mail today that I got accepted to college, and it was broken until literally just now when I accidentally sat on it. You're welcome.
I
I'm
love that.
accepted into college.
I love that it's like playing. Is it the school song?
I literally I think it's the fight song, I guess. I literally don't even know because this is the opposite of my former college.
Listen, we've already talked about rivalries. We're not gonna
No,
go there.
it's totally fine. But like, I literally don't even recognize the song. Like, I was like, what the hell is that sound? Did you see me looking around for it?
Yes. I thought there was like an ice cream truck that was going by.
I literally couldn't find. Like, because when I opened it earlier, I was like, cool, the card is broken. Thank you so much. That goes
You're
with my
like,
week.
that feels accurate for the American educational system.
That correct. But apparently I have fixed it with sitting on it. So
I wonder. It's very sad. Unless we win the lottery.
Unless we win the lottery, what would you do?
Okay, so
Would you tell everyone?
of course not.
Oh my God,
okay, so I think
nobody.
there's two different ways that we should approach this topic. We should approach
Mhm.
it in what we would do if we actually like won it, right? Where you like aren't going to tell anyone. And then
Mhm.
two, if anonymity like didn't matter, like the crazy
Okay.
things that you would do, right? Okay, so let's talk
Okay.
about the things that you would do if you weren't gonna, like if it was like real life.
Okay. First of all, I would pay off my debt
Hmm.
because I'm boring and I'm so sorry. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're so boring." And then And then here's the thing, I would set up trust for everyone I know and love so that we would never have to work again. And we would just have quarterly meetings in whatever fabulous place I picked.
Oh my God. Okay, I have that exact same thought because if I'm gonna be rich, I want all of the people that I love to also be rich with me.
Yeah.
But here's
Yeah.
the difference. I
Mhm.
would not tell them that I set up the trusts. I would just be
Mhm.
like, oh my God, I'm equally as surprised as you that I now have
Oh,
this
yeah. Oh,
trust.
that's actually a really good idea. And then nobody actually knows. And you just get like an envelope and you have to show up wherever.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like people would be, so I'm still trying to figure it out because I think I'm gonna have to include some people either like I don't know or don't like to like throw the scent off because if it's only people that like I know, so it's like all my family that I love and
Oh,
then
I see
like
what you
my
mean.
friend group, then like people are gonna
It's
put the pieces
obvious who it
together.
is. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna have to include, I don't know, I'm still figuring that part out.
Well, yeah, we can work out the logistics, but yeah. So I would definitely do the trusts and we just have meetings, but like they're obligatory. Sorry. Maybe I will tell them that I went and they're obligatory or
Mm.
else you lose your trust. You're welcome.
What if
Now
they're
I'm your
sick?
boss. You're welcome. And I would set up college funds for all of the little kids that I love too. Um, and then I would honestly like I just want to travel mostly.
Hmm.
But like I can't tell you. I would just get all of the like you and I would go to the Korean spa like once a week.
Oh my God. Yeah. We wouldn't even have to go there because we'd be rich enough that we could like make our
Build
own
our own.
private Korean. Yeah. Like at
Hell
home.
yeah. Yes.
Hmm.
And have you seen those like the head spa things lately on TikTok?
Yes.
Yeah, we would
Oh,
need one of those
yes.
too. We would definitely
Oh
need
my
one of those.
God. Yes. Yes.
And I'm gonna need a gym on in my new abode, where I
Hmm.
never ever have to see another person at the gym ever again.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like, I just want to be able to travel whenever I feel like it. So
Hmm.
probably gonna need like, is it wrong that I'm gonna have to send the kids to like boarding school?
No, because that's what all the rich people do, right?
Yeah, and I think that's a great experience for them. They get to travel.
To their
I
boarding
just
school.
they can come on vacation. Damn, Nicole. God. They're just gonna have to go to boarding school. You know, they'll get trust later.
Yeah. We'll be so rich that we can just like do fun day trips while they're at school, and then we'll have a nanny pick them up from school, or like a private like car service pick them up from school, and then we'll be home by dinner, right? So we can do like micro trips.
Yeah. No, it'll be incredible. I just
Yeah.
mostly just want to travel and get the Korean spa treatment and work
Mhm.
out whenever I feel like it, but only swimming and lifting weights. So,
Yeah, I do think about the travel, and I think about how much more fun it would be with people that because like traveling is always more fun with people that you enjoy. So, hence
yeah.
going back to like the friendship trusts. Um,
Hmm.
but also I would buy a house in San Francisco,
Oh my God. I had
and
to buy a
that would be
giant
a lot.
house somewhere, but I don't know if I would choose San Francisco if I'm being honest.
I get
Um,
that. I'm not done with San Francisco yet, so I feel like
okay, is
I'm
there a
yeah.
place in San Francisco that I can be close to the water that you know what? That would be fine with me because I don't have to drive anymore. Yeah, that's fine.
And it is close to the water. It's very, very cold water, but it is close to
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't need to actually be in the water because we have a pool now, right?
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
but
it'll
I
have to be an indoor
do.
pool.
Oh yeah, because yeah, the thing is, I might have to be on further down the coast from you because you're
Mm.
not a warm weather girly like me.
So you can actually go further south or north of San
Uh-huh.
Francisco and be in warm weather. It's literally just San Francisco that's cold.
Yeah, so I want to be able to flower garden too with all
Mm-hmm.
of our free time and craft. Oh my God, I would create such beautiful crafts if I had free time.
You would.
I
Oh my
would.
God. This would be gorgeous.
Yes.
Um, so I think that if you had enough money, you can get all of the things that you want in San Francisco. I think there are houses that have like yards and gyms and indoor pools and gardens. Like his little paw is just
I
reaching up to
know.
like
He
he's
loves
like, I
me
want your
so
attention
much.
so much. Yeah, he's like very Shakespearean with
Yeah,
the paw stretching.
it's the total need for total devotion. Like he would
No, it's
totally Romeo and Juliet me.
he. I don't know how
Yeah,
that turned out for them.
exactly. No, it's very unhealthy.
Um,
Anyway, yeah, I just I would be concerned about um uh just being cold, but then again, it's gonna keep getting warmer, so probably it'll be fine.
you know what? Yeah, I think they said in like was it like 2060, 2080, the average day in San Francisco, instead of being like 50s, 60s, is going to be like 80s. So
That's quite scary, actually.
quite a bit.
Heard the
But
fog
we'll,
is disappearing too.
yeah, I mean, because usually it burns off by lunchtime because it gets warm enough, right? As the day
Hmm.
goes on, to like burn the fog off. But if it's just going to be warm all the time, then it won't be
Yeah.
cool enough to even form.
Hmm.
So that's a bummer.
When are we gonna die?
Not soon enough.
Me trying to figure out how old we'll be.
I mean, like, even, okay, let's say we make it to like 85.
Yeah, that's 20. Yeah, like we'll be here for that time.
Right. But just barely.
Yeah.
But, okay, so
What would you do? Tell me all of the things.
that's it. Just the house in just a regular three
Yeah,
bedroom, two bath, one car garage house in San Francisco. And then my money is gone.
hilarious. So the thing is, I know that I would spend it on other things too, just because I actually like fast cars and like oh my god, the things that I would have in my kitchen. Can you imagine me in the kitchen?
Yeah, I would have such a baller kitchen. Like, I think it would be my dream to have. So I really like the kitchen that I have now. It's got a really big island.
Mhm.
Um, and it's
I do like your
just
kitchen a
an
lot.
island. Oh, it's like the best kitchen I've ever had, right? Like the best kitchen I think that we ever thought that we could ever live in, period.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and so it's just like a huge island, and like the kitchen is big enough that the sink and like the stove and stuff aren't even on the island, right? Like they're on the counters along the wall. So I would say this kitchen, but if there was a hidden butler's pantry somewhere behind the kitchen, right? So that like I could have all kinds of fancy dishes
Oh
and
my
all
god,
kinds of
I
fancy
want
appliances.
he like my must have in a house is a bathtub large enough for me to soak in.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my God. And even though I really hate jacuzzi style tubs because I think they're disgusting, I will
Mhm.
be rich enough that people like, well, I'll just pay someone to like
Come
clean
clean
it
it
really good.
like all the time. Yeah,
Yeah, like the jets will have to get cleaned
cuz
like once a month
those
or
are
whatever.
yucky. They are icky.
Those are really icky. They're really
Mhm.
icky. Um, but yeah, I think a house with like a really amazing kitchen, and it would be just totally just like ballin' with like I don't know what is a word for like it'll be like tricked out with good kitchen stuff.
Schwanky.
Schwanky. The kitchen will be so schwanky with kitchen stuff and name brand snacks.
Yeah. Times are tough, guys. These are our big dreams right now.
If we had $1 billion,
We
we would
could
have
spend as
name
much
brand
as we
snacks.
wanted at Costco.
But I don't ever feel like I'm the kind of person that would like,
Be crazy. Yeah, I don't have big crazy
yeah,
dreams either. I just want to
yeah,
see cool things and I
hmm
want to spend time at home
yeah,
doing nice things for my friends and family, like cooking and making things.
yeah. I think I would definitely like really
Ooh,
like
a
to take care of
library.
my family.
Hmm.
Ooh. What if, oh my God, that would be such an amazing dream to have like a trust funded library, right? So like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be reliant on public funds so that, senators couldn't, because like right now there's some um state representatives in, I think it's Utah. I can't remember the state. And they're trying to pass legislation that says libraries must remove all offensive materials. And if any patron puts in a request to have any material removed because they are personally offended by it, then the library will has to not only remove it, but they also have to pay that person $250.
What the fuck? What a
Right.
ludicrous bill.
Right. And so basically you could just go into the library, mark down every single book and be like, okay, now give me like $100,000 and close this library down.
Yeah.
And it comes out of the library's budget, right? So like,
Why are politicians stop? You know, there's a thing that I say to doctors sometimes when they ask me about lab results, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, that's outside of my scope of practice. I wish politicians would exercise that. Stay out
right,
of
because
medical practice,
right,
stay out of education. Like some of you
right, stay
guys,
out of
I don't
letters. Like,
even believe that you passed the bar. Like
oh, for sure not. For sure not. Um, but I'm just it's shocking to me because it's like it really feels like a war on access and education.
yeah. Yeah. Um I was talking to my dad about because he spent a significant time in Europe growing up,
Hmm.
and I was talking to him about the concept of third spaces
Hmm.
um and how they're missing here in the
Yes.
United States. And
Yeah.
how things like libraries and parks are one of the few places left where you're not
Hmm.
obligated to spend money. as you said earlier.
Yeah.
And even places here that have like a similar vibe in Europe, like bars and things, they cost like 4 times as much here as they do in Europe.
Yeah. And now they're
So.
gastropubs. You're like, I just wanted some French fries with my beer. And
honest to God, like, can I just get some pretzel with cheese stuff?
right. $50? Great. I'll stay home.
Yeah. Like, what the hell? Like, I could have like bought like a delicious like prime rib for that. Like,
Right. You could actually go to a baseball game, buy a pretzel and a beer there for cheaper.
which is insane. Like, those are supposed to
Yeah.
be overpriced. Like,
Oh, they
that
still
is.
are.
Listen to me. That is not me encouraging you to raise the price of pretzels and beers at baseball games.
Obviously. Right. Like, we're barely hanging on as it is.
Yes. Like, oh my God.
And then all the baseball drama that's been happening recently, like, no wonder people don't want to go to your boring ass baseball games.
Oh my God. Don't get me started on all of the Dodgers drama I had to listen to over Easter. They shouldn't be allowed to defer their salary like that. It should still count against their cap. Me, who Major League Baseball is one of the few sports that I don't follow very closely. And I was like, I have big opinions on this. I don't.
I just heard that, like, oh gosh, he's supposed to be like the new like face of baseball. Ohtani, yes.
Yeah.
So not even like the gambling, whatever. He had like hit his first like home run in Dodger Stadium.
And the fan caught it. And then they wanted
they
it.
they wouldn't authenticate it.
Yeah. And then they gave him like a couple of signed hats or something.
Who gives a fuck about the signed hats? This is history. They caught it fair and square. And basically you alienated your own fans.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder why nobody wants to go to a baseball game anymore. You treat them so poorly. What?
Yeah. That's actually who our the Oklahoma City AAA team is the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's who are. Yeah, it's a bummer.
No, but
unsurprising.
Yes. But I can tell you, like, okay, if we were super duper rich and if my kids knew about it, which I probably wouldn't tell them that we were super duper rich if we won the lottery, but Sawyer would definitely be all about courtside seats. Like, he would be collecting basketball, like NBA basketball games, like it was a fucking job. Like, he would just be going to as many as he could.
Oh gosh, what would Brinley's thing would definitely, I mean, hers would be makeup for sure. Like,
yeah.
And I'm not even sure. The thing is that's her thing. It's just like skincare products.
Yeah. Yeah. I think if we were to start that private trust library, like, we already have a fairly good amount of books in our home to go ahead and seed that library, because books is the other thing that we collect, like, it's fucking going out of style. And then Grace would collect cats, I think.
Oh, I would definitely pay somebody to do your litter box. You.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think that, like, private jets, I don't even know about, like, there's like super fancy cars.
The thing is,
I'm
fine
like, did you see
flying
that?
first class.
Yeah. That's fine. First class, I'll take it. I will take that all day.
I don't need a private jet. I'm still whatever.
I actually feel like private jets are more dangerous because they're oftentimes smaller, and like it's the commercial airlines that are
more closely regulated.
United
for
notwithstanding,
fucking Boeing. Monopolies are bad for everyone, people.
Literally.
Yeah, the thing is, we would be very good to other people with our money, so the lottery should let us win.
It should.
If there's karma, we would be lottery winners.
We should be lottery winners. We should be. we would do so much good. Like think of all like the charities and stuff that we would. I mean, I don't even know. Like, is it better to put your money towards charities, or is it better to put it towards lobbying towards getting just like things changed for the better, right? So that you don't need the charities.
I'm probably lobbying, but what are you supposed to do? Like, I would probably like fund my hometown if I'm being honest. Like
Hmm.
like I would pay for free lunches and coats for all the kids in my hometown every year.
Yeah, I mean, I'd totally get behind that. California already does like free lunches. San Francisco specifically does free lunches for everybody. I don't know if it's the whole state though.
Mm.
I also don't know if it extends beyond elementary school.
I think all children deserve to eat under the age
Of
of
course
18.
they do. I
I think
think
everyone deserves to eat, let's be clear.
yes, but specifically if you
Children.
can't, yeah, if you can't get a school lunch because of a $5 hold on your account, like,
Well, especially when school's compulsory. So you have
right.
to be there and then you can't afford to eat.
Yeah, that's all
Seems,
kinds of messed up.
yeah, questionable ethically.
Yeah, I think I would definitely lobby education to like pay the teachers better, like fund the schools smarter.
Mm-hmm.
Here a few years ago, there was actually quite an uproar in the San Francisco, um, the school board. They like wasted a bunch of money. They were like trying to like change the names of a bunch of schools because they had like, you know, maybe some unsavory background or like racist
Mm-hmm.
origins, things like that, which yeah, absolutely. Do we need to be spending more money on that than we are like making sure that teachers have the educational materials they need? No,
No,
no. Right? Do we
no.
need to be worried about like what murals are up in the schools if they're not like harming the children, but you're not
If
actually
there's no
providing
running
services,
water,
right? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I'm just like,
Yeah.
um, yeah.
It's always like a priority thing. Like it's always like, ooh, look over here at this shiny thing instead of this big gaping hole in the wall.
Right. Right. Like the San
Let's just
Francisco
put a mirror
city,
over that.
yeah, let's just put, yeah. Yeah. Let's like
Yeah.
literally just put a curtain over it.
Mhm.
Um, but like the Parks and Recs department, like they recently renamed one of the lakes at Golden Gate Park. And
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure they didn't waste millions of dollars to come to that decision. Right.
Weird. They
Like
just did it.
they just, yeah. I'm sure there were like
Imagine.
public meetings, right? Where they got like public
Yeah.
feedback or whatever. But like you're doing what? You're like writing an email to like Google to be like, hey, change the name of this lake. And then you
Mhm.
change some like park signage, but we're, you know, you're not spending millions of dollars to change the name.
Yeah. So Oklahoma is education is chronically underfunded, specifically Tulsa public schools. And they recently found, I think it was like an insane amount of money that somebody basically embezzled.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, why are you like this? Like, you're
And why
stealing
did
money
nobody
from,
notice that?
oh my God. I mean, I have no idea. And then, you know, our state superintendent's a freaking nightmare. Like, he is definitely like nationally famous for being such a nightmare. Ryan Walters is his name. And you know, he put some lady living in New York in charge of something here, and she hates diversity and equity, and things are bad here.
Right.
So, I would definitely move away from Oklahoma if I won the lottery, like
Hmm.
quick
Hmm.
style,
Yeah.
quick style.
Yeah. I think
But
there's definitely like a
we
lot of,
would be neighbors for sure. If not, we
oh
should get like
yeah,
a little commune,
we should get a commune. I think that we should just buy like some,
like the
wh-
monastery. Could we buy the monastery with our winnings?
I don't, I was actually thinking more of like Big Love, you know, where they just bought like a bunch of like regular houses and then just like tore the backyard fences down.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a show on HBO. It like came out a few years ago. It's got like Chloe Chloe 77.
I don't know who that is.
Damn. And Bill Paxton, R.I.P.
I don't know who that is either. Are you
Oh my
making up
God.
people?
I am not making up. They're real people. He's the lead guy in Twister.
Oh, okay. I do know who that is. I'm just not good at names.
And there's like a lot of like
Did
other
he
like big
die? I
actors in
didn't
there.
know
He
that.
did. He
Oh, okay.
did. He's gone, girl.
Oh,
He's gone, girl. But anyway, it's like about they're like a not a polyamorous, polygamist family.
okay.
And I think it's like a pretty good show. I didn't watch it all, but you know, it's like true to HBO. It's like very dramatic.
Okay.
But essentially they buy 3 houses. So it's like 2 are like next door neighbors, and then 1 is like a neighbor to the back, and they just tear down the fences. So all the backyards
Mhm.
are open, right? And so they
Mhm.
could just like come freely through
Okay.
properties.
Hear me out again. Why would we stay in the US when there are other countries that we could buy like grounds? They have like grounds.
Because something about making it better wherever you are. Also, I have heard so much like, if you don't like it here, then go back to wherever you came from.
Okay,
And I'm
that's
not
fair.
going,
All right.
like now the heels are dug.
I think that we should colonize England.
Uno reverse. Well, okay,
Uh,
wait, all right. So depending on if you consider my Vietnamese heritage, it would make more sense if I colonized France or invaded the US. And here I am. So check.
okay. I'm fine with either France or England because I think it's funny to take my brown kid to either place.
Mm, hmm. Yeah. France is like it's
Racist?
pretty chill. I like it.
Oh, I
I
said
don't
what
know.
I
I think
said.
we have a lot of like friends. So like their kids like are friends of our kids. And they're like from France. Like
Mm.
some of the like they're just so chill. Like they're super chill. And I wish that I could be that chill. And I feel like I'm pretty chill.
I genuinely, I would never live in France because the French government passes some very racist laws. So I would not feel
Mm.
okay with my kid living there. So
Yeah. That's gonna be no.
it's very anti-Muslim there, and like we're not Muslim, but like that. No thanks. I don't need to come from here to there. Like,
Yeah. I feel like there's not like a great alternative place for us to go.
yeah, okay. San Francisco, it is. I like it there.
Yeah, it's nice. And it's like really
I
close to like a lot of different climates.
mm-hmm. Also, again, we will be able to travel because lottery.
Of course, yeah. And like, it's on the West Coast, so it's like much shorter to like travel
Yeah,
to
because
like
you're at an
Asia.
international airport.
Yeah. Okay. So if the anonymity thing was not a thing, like you could just like be rich and like be out there, what would you do?
I think you should tell me your plan because I cannot imagine anything worse, to be honest.
Well, I mean, like if people didn't care that you were like right, like you were like Elon Musk, like
Mm.
I do not like him. I don't know why I used him as an
I
example,
don't know
but
either. That was horrible.
there's not another billionaire that I can think of that I'm like, well, compare yourself to this person. How about like
Okay.
Mackenzie Bezos, right?
Oh, okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like she's not that bad.
I agree. She's kind of like what she married the like biology tutor and is donating millions of dollars a year.
They
Good
got
for
a
her.
divorce,
Oh,
which makes me
well,
wonder if he was just using her for her money.
maybe. Or also maybe she was like, fuck you, Jeff. I'm going to marry this guy, but I'm done with him now. And also good for her.
Yeah, whatever you want, babe.
Yeah. Whatever. Good for her.
Yeah,
Okay. So like I feel like my scenario is still the same. Like I'm probably just nice and picking up tabs and donating money and but I'm super annoyed because probably people are asking me for money. But I've already
Yeah.
taken care of everybody that I like, so good luck.
Yeah.
But I have
Yeah.
like a super secret phone number because and that would actually be really weird for me because I have had the same phone number for so long.
Yeah.
If I had to change my
Mm.
phone number, do you know how pissed I would get?
I'm the same. I've had it since I was like 16.
I've had mine since 6th grade, my same cell phone number.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So if I ever have to change my cell phone number, like the way that I would get legitimately mad about that, like my little autistic brain would be like, "Fuck you guys." Like,
Ooh, but could you pay some sort of service to just have your number erased from like every single like
brain, yes, I'm gonna call the Men in Black.
well, you know that people aren't like memorizing phone numbers anymore, but like every single
They
like
probably do.
database.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the powers that rich people have because I've never been one before.
Right. But that's got to be a power. Like, I just want my number to be completely unlisted anywhere. Nobody can Google that shit. This number doesn't exist.
Maybe.
You know what I would also do as like a little funsies project?
Mhm.
I would pay a bunch of hackers to go after phone scammers. So, like, track them down, like, do the reverse, right? And just like,
Oh my god. Have you ever watched the show Leverage?
no.
Okay. I think that you should watch it, and then we should think about doing that when we get bored with our with our lottery time. So,
Okay.
just a thought.
That's fine, as long as we're not doing Westworld with our extra winnings.
I haven't seen that either. This is crazy. Like, I'm not really a TV person until recently, so probably if you name a show, I haven't seen it. I've only seen Leverage because Taylor told me about it.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, we're definitely like an HBO household, I would say.
Mm.
And they really got me with like Sex in the City. I was like 12 years old, like watching it in my aunt's room because she had HBO in her room at my grandma's house because she
Mhm.
was an adult. And so she's like, but she was like a young adult, right? Because she's only like 12 years older than me. So she would
Mhm.
be out with her friends, like doing things that people in their young 20s should be doing while I, a 13-year-old and watching Sex in the City from her TV.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Right. And like all kinds of like shows that I'm not supposed to be watching. So they hooked me even all the way back then and have just like kept their little claws in me, I guess.
I liked Sex and the City, but I feel like I had only maybe watched a few episodes. I just have always been sorry, just super busy and could never commit to a TV show.
I get that. And I feel like Sex and the City is, there's like the big storylines that run through, but I don't feel like there's any like cliffhangers from episode to episode, right? So like it's not like,
You can
ooh, it's
jump
not like
in and out pretty
Bridgerton.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah. With
Yeah, no,
Bridgerton,
I
you're
agree
like, oh,
with
I
that.
want to see like the next one. Or even like True Blood. I feel like that one was so out there. It
I
was
read those
so
books.
Oh, did you?
The True Blood books, yeah.
Yeah. It's like Charlene something. I
McDaniel?
forgot.
No.
That's Stormy. From Porn Star.
Armaine, right?
Charlene Harris.
Harris. God, I was getting
Charlene.
close.
We were both so close yet so far. But yeah, that show very good, and it had Alexander Skarsgård in it. And when I tell you, I was obsessed.
Yeah. I again have never seen a single episode of that.
Mm.
I'm trying to think. So
It's so weird.
the books were weird, so I believe you. I don't even think I finished the book series because here's what happened. I'll like blow through a book series and then I'm not good at waiting for books to come out. I'm actually better about that now than I have been.
I'm not. I will also blow through a book series, but I literally will wait until the entire series is done being written before I will read it, which is why to this day I still have not read the Game of Thrones series. I can't. I
Oh
refuse
God.
until it's done.
I got put on bed rest when I was pregnant, because I had first trimester bleeding. And so I started reading those when I was pregnant. And when I say I had to stop reading them because it was too fucking much, I mean it.
Yeah.
So I think I've read maybe 2 or 3 of the books, but like I was like, spoilers if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, I was like, holy shit, like you literally like no, you can't like a single character. Like after
Right.
like Ned Stark died, I was like, well, I'm fucking done with this series. I like cannot deal with this shit anymore. Like you killed, like as soon as he killed the direwolf because it bit the prince because he was being a dickhole, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, shit's gonna go downhill from here, and it did. And then when they killed him, I was like, I am fucking done reading this series, and I have
Yeah.
not picked it back up.
I don't blame you. It's like as a reader, it feels like a betrayal. You can't trust the author anymore.
And I think that George R. R. Martin needs to seek therapy. And I said what I said with my full chest.
I'm not in disagreement. I'm not in disagreement.
I have thoughts on many authors. So
Mm-hmm.
I've like read probably every popular romantasy book like out. So
Amazing. You know, I'm really into like what is it? Fictional realism.
you're
Surrealism. Magical realism? What is it?
you're into that? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'm becoming
What
more
like
into that.
what is that?
It's
Like
like
give me an
where
example.
okay, so like sourdough. It's a book by I think about this book way too much. Hold on. By Robin Sloan. By Robin Sloan.
I
It's
haven't
a really
read
good book,
that.
actually. And I think about this book way too much because one, I live in the area in which the book takes place. And
Mm-hmm.
two, my husband did start a sourdough starter like about a month ago and has just been like relentlessly baking sourdough bread
You guys
nonstop.
have been on a bread baking bonanza. I've
Not
been
me,
enjoying it.
but someone
You're
else. Like
baking
he
focaccia
literally
right now.
with the discard. I'm also baking a second focaccia that's just regular, right? So I don't even need the sourdough.
But you're still so you are yourself also baking focaccia.
Yes, but I mean, it's not because I just wanted a Detroit style pizza, okay? Okay.
Oh my god, one day we'll have to talk about pizza bread.
Oh my
Oh, that's a
God.
good
We'll have to
topic
talk.
for a different
Yes.
episode is like just the trash snacks that you have from growing up. Like,
So many. Let me write this
yeah.
down. Trash snacks.
I feel like we've talked about our pets a lot on this episode, but Quinn is now so asleep in my lap that he's legit drooling on me.
Oh, episode ideas. How do I do the little bubble? There we go. Trash snacks from
Like
growing.
trash comfort food snacks that like probably nobody else understands, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So sourdough by Robin Sloan.
Mm-hmm.
There was a weird sound in the back of my throat. I don't know if you heard that. It was like bubbly. Anyway.
Sounded pretty reflexy.
Oh, that makes me sad because I don't want to have reflux. That makes me feel old.
You can just take a Tums, you'll be fine.
But I don't have any. Like it doesn't hurt, so I'm just gonna keep ignoring it. That is my life motto. Just keep ignoring it. Just
What
keep
a
ignoring it.
great idea.
Just keep ignoring it. Just keep ignoring it.
Hate that for you.
Okay, magical realism. It's like so the book seems extremely like realistic fiction, right? Where she's a software engineer, she works at a startup, and she just like is kind of looking for something else in her life. So she starts baking sourdough, and then she starts going to like the farmers markets, and there are just things in there that happen, and you're like, what the fuck? Where like it reads like it could happen, but it's totally just like these like little magical things that like absolutely would not happen. And there's like, I keep asking because so I'm not going to spoil the book, but I keep asking Adam to carve little faces into the sourdough for me, and he refuses to do it.
That's not fun. Is he
I
carving
know.
anything into them? That's the whole point of baking your own fun bread at home, is to get to making the little shapes in it.
Well, he is making little shapes, but he's not making scary faces in it for me.
What is even the point of having a husband?
Well, he was like, if you want a scary face in your or angry face in your bread, then you bake a loaf. And I don't want to do that. It seems like a lot of work.
I mean, that seems fair. Maybe you can poke in your focaccia an angry face when you dimple it.
Oh, I will be.
That is the best part.
Okay, there's another book. What is it? Okay, there's this other book that I read. It also takes place in San Francisco, in Chinatown. I don't know why all the magical realism books that I read are based in San Francisco. They're not all based in San Francisco, just the ones that I think about a lot, I
You're
guess.
just having a moment. It's fine.
It's called Natalie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune
Oh,
by
I've read that.
Rosalie Lim.
Yes.
Have you read it? You read
I
it?
have. Yeah.
I don't know how I literally cannot remember the names of books nor the authors. I just remember like what happened in them. So that's amazing that you can remember all these things. I love that book, but it's definitely like, it feels a little bit more magical because she's like, and then you can, like, the air sparkled, right? And like, obviously air does not sparkle in real life unless you're being poisoned.
Definitely not in San Francisco.
Well, you might be poisoned, I guess. So maybe that's the realism part.
It's the hepatitis that you contracted on the bus.
On the muni. I thought about that yesterday because it was raining and things just smell worse in the rain.
They get a little damp. I know.
Ooh. But that's also a really good book, and I really like that book. And
It is good.
it's magical, realistic magic. It's not like Harry
Yes.
Potter, where it's like a different world. It's like little bits of magic that you don't realize
Charms.
are happening.
It's
Yeah,
charms.
charms.
Yes.
Yes. In the real world.
When you're like he's like getting mad because I'm wiping his face. It's like a toddler.
Oh my God, he is
He's
like a
getting up
toddler.
and leaving.
That is hilarious. He'll be back.
He will, yeah. No, it's a good book. Yeah. I mean, listen, I just mostly read smut because I need escapism, and I make no apologies about that. So I'm currently reading this dragon series, and I'll tell you guys what it's called, but like, this is not a literary masterpiece. It is good though. I'm not downing the author at all. And I am a firm believer that romance books are real books, and they are very valid category. And we do not tolerate romance slander on this podcast, because I don't care that people are like, you know how it ends. Of course I know how it ends. I also know how mysteries end. You know what? They solve the fucking mystery. It's a whole genre.
Right. And usually the main character prevails.
Exactly.
Yeah. Every
Idiots.
time. Yeah.
Anyway, it's by G.A. Aiken, and I actually don't know. I'm on the second book of the series, but G.A. Aiken and their series about dragons. I'm reading that right now. And I just caught up on the From Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And I just read the most recent Crescent City book from Sarah J. Maas. And just did Fourth Wing whenever that came out. And that next
good?
one, yeah, I'm super into it, but the next one isn't coming out until next January, and I want her to take her time and write it, and I want to be respectful to authors who are doing work-life balance, but the next one is not coming out till January of 2025.
See, I am so patient. I will wait till the series is done, but I am so impatient that I cannot wait if I start the series and it's not done yet. I can't. I would rather just wait till the whole thing is done.
So I have like
or the author is dead, right? Because that also just sort of ends it.
Hate that for you.
Looking at you, George. George R.R.
Oh no. I have a little bit of a compulsion about rereading books. So it doesn't bother me when series aren't done because I will finish a book and then immediately reread it again to see if I like catch anything. So, like if I really liked it. So, when I'm in the series, like it doesn't bother me to like reread the whole series again.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I have the brain where it doesn't like to do things again like
Repetitive
that.
tasks. Yeah, so
Well, I
I'm
mean, it
actually
doesn't.
like that with movies,
See, my brain
except
loves
for
repetitive tasks when I'm like doing a physical task, but
Mhm.
not if I'm reviewing content I've already absorbed.
Oh, yeah. So I like it with books. I do not like it with movies. I think or TV, and I think that's why I get bored with TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a single TV show that I have watched from beginning to end. I think I have like 6 episodes of Jane the Virgin left, and I cannot watch the rest.
Yeah, I hear you. I've got like I have stopped watching on like the series like or the season finale before. I've been like, I'm not into it.
Yes. And it does
Actually,
not
I think
bother me.
Westworld is one of those. So like I know like I know the whole concept of the show, but like
Yeah.
we just stopped watching before the finale of the first season and I just like never went back to it. I'm like, this is not interesting enough.
There's a few movies that I have like I can watch over and over and over again. Pride and Prejudice,
Mm-hmm.
the one with Keira Knightley, and no, I don't give a fuck about anyone's opinion about which one's better. I don't. I don't care. I like that one.
Yeah.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Mm,
Um, the Lord of the Rings the extended version, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm a nerd.
right.
It's not. I'm not hiding it.
That one is like what is the word for like everybody? Like like everybody can watch it on repeat. Like because it's like 24 hours of movie. Like it's not
No, I will turn
like
that
there's
shit
so much
on
content.
when I go to bed and just let it play all night. I don't care.
Hmm. Yeah, it's like so much content. It's not like watching the same like hour and a half like over and over. It's
Yeah.
a literal epic.
Hmm. So, but Pride and Prejudice and Crazy Rich Asians, I watch those when I'm sad.
Oh, it's like your comfort movie.
Hmm.
I
So
used
I've
to
seen them a million times.
there's only like two movies and I haven't watched either of them in a really, really long time. But my two comfort movies that I could watch like on repeat um are Love and Sex. And it has like this is like such an indie movie, like from a long, long time ago with Famke Janssen and Jon Favreau. It was like one of his like earlier movies.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
It's like not like David Schwimmer makes an appearance. It's like
Interesting.
overall not the best movie, but it's just like kind of this quirky, weird little romance movie
Have
that
you
I
heard
just like
of
really, really loved.
Friends with Money?
No. Wait, yes,
Okay, you have heard of it?
maybe.
Okay, so I used to love that movie when I was in college, and it has a lot of like big names in it. Like Jennifer Aniston plays like a teacher who has like quit being a teacher and is a maid, and like the rest of her friends have like a shit ton of money. Um, and and like Joan Cusack's in it, and I can't remember everybody else that's in it, but like they have this friend and she's kind of going through like a midlife crisis situation, and she like stops washing her hair and she's like, I'm not washing it. It just gets dirty again. Like, what's the point? And I'm like, now I rewatched it
Mm.
just randomly the other day and I was like, oh, some of these characters are getting too relatable.
Right? Right? Right. But luckily, so like that movie was incredibly relatable to me at that age because it's about like being young and single.
Yeah.
When like you're like first like serious relationships, right? So I don't know how much I would like
Okay. And
really
that's Love and Sex.
love and sex.
Okay.
And then SLC Punk was another one I absolutely loved at that time. And I think they made a straight to video sequel. So that one had the real life Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, Matthew Lillard.
Oh, I was like, I know who that is.
I
Without a
Yes, I
paddle
love him.
guy.
Yes. Our generation is showing.
Hmm.
So I used to love that movie because I like loved punk culture when I was in high school.
You were
And
way cooler
then
than me in high school, I think.
I don't know if that is true. I for sure was not smarter. And then Where the Heart Is with Natalie Portman. I
Yeah.
still love that one.
Yeah. I have seen that one time.
I love that one. And then Forney turned up in True Blood later, and that one really threw me for a loop because it is the exact opposite character.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
See? Shocking.
Interesting. Yeah.
He does both characters amazingly well.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, I just have never been. I liked to go watch like go to the movies. Like that was like my go-to date thing when I was like
Mhm.
dating, but
That's what everyone's
those are
go-to
all
thing was back in the
yeah.
day.
Well, but like those were all like big name stuff. So I never like I've never gone and watched like indie films or anything. So like whatever.
Well, I only did because I worked at Blockbuster, so I
Oh my
saw
God, how could I forget that? Amazing. Amazing.
and
I
I knew they were
forgot.
indie films because that's what they were categorized under, right? Like,
You knew the genre. Yes.
right?
Hilarious. That's so funny. Also, can you imagine now? I know that I'm old because now I think about the amount of movies I just wasted money to make out through a movie at a movie theater. Like, what?
That was just the thing to do. Also, it was like $5.
Oh, that's fair. Now I'm like, are you kidding? We just paid like $14 for this movie theater ticket. Like, you watch the goddamn movie.
Yeah, for the ticket.
Like,
For the
yeah,
ticket
yeah,
alone.
just for the ticket. Like,
Mhm.
so
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I just had an idea
okay.
that I think that we should end every episode or like at some point talk in every episode about what we are currently reading.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Yeah. So it's like a mini like book club thing.
Okay.
All right. What are you reading?
Okay. So here's the thing about me is I'm always reading more than one book.
Me too right now, actually. I mean like 4
Awesome.
books. Okay, go.
Yeah. So I'm reading the Dragon book that I already talked about. I'm listening
Mhm.
to Lessons in Chemistry.
Mhm.
And actually those are my only 2 right now because I finished the other one that I was reading, which
Okay.
was
Okay.
the Jennifer L. Armentrout, the prequel to The Blood and Ash, which I can't remember what it's called, but you guys can just Google that, okay? It's like the Blood and Ash prequel series. Just Google it. And it's also very good. Whatever.
That sounds good. Okay. Now, this might see. So I think that my memory is just like going bad now that I'm older because I used to be able to remember like the books that I was reading, both the title and the author, and now I have to look up the things that I'm reading.
The
So
digital part of it, I think, is the digital media because I don't look at the cover all the time.
yeah, but I actually have 2 of the books physically.
Okay, well, maybe it is your memory. I was trying to make you feel better, but
It was a nice try, but
bummer.
you can't polish a turd.
What a fun saying.
All right. So currently listening to Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. And this book has been out for a while. Everyone who reads it loves it. I'm listening to it currently on my commute. It is so I thought it was going to be like way more serious. It's actually pretty playful, and I really enjoy that.
Oh, nice.
I'm also partially through The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates. That one is a physical book, and The Gentleman's Gambit. It's like too far away for me to like look at I'll just Google it actually. That's a possibility. Okay, The Gentleman's Gambit by Evie Dunmore. This is a little bit of a period time
Oh, you
fictional
told me
book.
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like enemies to lovers kind of thing, I think, is what it's
Yeah.
going to be. And then I also just started The Tusks of Extinction. Hold on, it's in my Libby
Oh.
app. Shout out to Libby.
Yes, we love Libby.
Tusks of Extinction by Ray Naylor. I literally am only 11% through, like so far, and I think this one's going to be really interesting. I feel like the concept is going to be the kind of concept that I like, where it like kind of makes you think, like you're thinking about it throughout the book, and then it kind of sticks with you for a little while after. So that's what I'm hoping for. That's my mark of like a really good book.
Love that.
Too many books.
No, I like it. I'm always reading more than one at once because sometimes I just need to change the pace.
You know, I used to have more perseverance. Like I read Jane Eyre over like 6 months, right? Because it's just like such a thick ass book, right?
Yeah.
It's dense. It's a good one. It's worth the read. I always love that book. But then like I've been reading Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and someone else who I think is now passed on.
Terry.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yes.
Pritchard.
That sounds right.
Fun
Terry
fact,
Pratchett.
Pratchett, I was close. Nicole's a librarian. I feel like I should say that.
I'm a classically trained, non-practicing librarian.
So this is why she's very into books. I'm just a dork, so.
No, everyone. Okay, but if I was actually a librarian, I would remember these authors.
Meh.
Because Terry Pratchett is like a prolific author, right? Like,
yeah, like he is the pretty, goat of the fantasy fiction. Yeah.
Right. And so is Neil Gaiman, but I remembered his name. But anyway, so I've been reading that book for like 2 years.
Oh. I have like a whole little chart that do you have a short attention span, or do you have a brain that gives you a hard time with focusing and too much on your plate right now?
Yes, but when am I ever going to not have too much on my plate?
When we win the lottery. Have you been listening to our episode?
Damn. She got me.
Just
but
saying.
Also, the short attention span is never, that one's always going to be.
I'm pretty bad lately. I actually don't have a short attention span, but I find myself so burnt out lately. Like, I'm like, God, I am incredibly bored with whoever is talking to me, and I feel so bad. Like, somebody will be talking to me, and I'm like, oh man, I don't care about this topic. Like,
oh my god.
I think yesterday, it's just work, but
right. Okay, so yesterday I felt so bad because I was in this like session. I was like learning how to use this new tool, and I absolutely love the person. She's like doing an amazing job. Like we're walking through it together, and I just keep yawning, and I'm like, why am I yawning so much? It's like I get it's like post lunch. I was like, I have like had allergies that have like kept me up like earlier in the week, but that was like earlier in the week. Like what is going on? And then after I get off my call, where I've yawned like 4 times in the span of an hour, someone's like, did anyone remember to turn the air conditioner on today in the office? It was like 80 degrees.
Yeah, so you're just warm and sleepy. Yeah. Amazing.
Warm, sleepy, post lunch. Like,
I'm telling you, man. I would have been passed out probably. No, I've been, my social skills, like even I have noticed that they've been just like, because I'm going to sound conceited right now. So I'm aware that my brain works above average pace. Okay. So typically I can be patient enough to let other people finish sentences when I can see where they're going. But we're doing a bunch of new stuff, and I had to call because this protocol that I received was written terribly. And so he is like, first of all, I love it when a man tries to mansplain me science. And so he's like saying these things, and I just literally just cut him off, and I was like, I know all that. So I hope that I get to sleep this weekend because I can't actually afford to lose my job. So...
No, that's totally fair.
Unless we win the lottery tonight.
Unless we win the lottery tonight. No, the drawing was yesterday, so
I guess I didn't win.
No. Okay, well, I feel like this is like a really good place to wrap. Wait, did we talk enough about the books? Do you like the books? Do you like your books that you're reading?
Oh yeah, they're all good. I can't So the thing is, lessons in chemistry, it hasn't had any big tension moments yet, but I keep expecting it to. So I keep like putting it down for a second. And then I go back and I'm like, oh, you could have just kept reading, because I get like super anxious with big tension moments.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but I don't want to say anything, but I will edit this part out. So I just got to the part where, because you watched the show, didn't you?
No, I just watched the little spoilers on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to tell you then. What if you want to watch the show later?
No, I already know exactly what happened.
Oh, okay. I just got to the part where she turned down his proposal
Yeah.
in the cafeteria in front of like everyone. And so I'm just like, okay, I need a minute.
Don't worry.
But also, like, why would he do that? Like, she has not once ever said that she wanted to get married. She's actually said the opposite.
Because you know men. I don't
Like,
understand.
ugh. Why are men?
Why are men? That's the tagline. Hate that for you. Why are men?
Facts. Stop defending them.
Yes. Okay. Well, and that wraps us up for today.
Yeah. I miss you. I feel like we have not, this whole month we're not going to talk as much as we usually do because I'm so busy at work, and that's the
And
worst
now
for
I have
me.
to work.
So I'm going to need you to pick up your end of the communication slack.
Girl.
I'm always picking up the communication slack.
Literally not true. Literally not true. I feel like I've been like neglecting you the last couple of weeks because I just got a new gig, and
Yeah.
I am trying to keep my work, my personal, like professional and personal life, more separate. So I have not loaded my text message. Like I haven't like not connected my text messages to my laptop. So I feel like my communication has just absolutely tanked this week, last couple of
Yeah,
weeks.
that's okay. I've been under the hood every day, so I haven't noticed, honestly. So yeah, it's been the worst. Well,
yeah, it'll get better.
I hate that for you. I hate that for you, but I love that for you.
I hate your situation more than mine.
You know, I'm gonna be fair, honest, and say me too.
Yeah.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Goodbye.
Bye.